Didn't Daniel do a lovely job? Did Katie go?
Hi, Kit. Say hello to the camera.
Her first was.
Is this wired for sound as well?
Oh yes, everything's being recorded.
My daughter-in-law, Valerie, this is my daughter. You had to leave the door.
Yes. We'll get it all figured out. Oh, we will. Yeah. A luncheon.
Because we have met a few times.
I have a little card here. So we have to have something to remember. The next 50 years. I like the
Nice to meet you.
Mary's Place. And Ruth was at my wedding. Yeah, that's right, when we lived in that house, which is no more.
Joy, would you like to say something?
I just say hi. Welcome to Saskatoon, everybody.
It's great to be here. We had a great time at Waskesiu.
Oh, that's good. And you were almost at the old homestead at Shell Lake, but you didn't quite go.
That's right. We
west part.
decided to have lunch at Shell Brook, one of their famous restaurants there.
Yes, but you should have gone to Shell Lake.
Maybe we should have gone there. Next time when we come,
They
we'll
have
go.
a great golf course there.
Oh, they do?
Memorial Lake Provincial Park is there.
Oh,
It wasn't when I was there, but they developed it since.
so when did you first meet Don?
Oh, when we were living in Shell Lake. It brought him home.
And who brought him home? That was Kit?
Yes, Kit brought him home.
How old was Kit at the time?
Oh, I don't know how old she was.
Well, how old were you at the time?
Well, we don't tell.
You don't tell that
tell
either.
ages.
Okay.
That's right.
Was it before the war?
No, the war was on.
War was on, so it was in the 40s.
Yes, it was in the 40s.
Okay.
Early 40s.
Early 40s. So did Don have a good appetite?
Oh, I suppose. I don't remember things like that.
I wonder if they were trying to fatten him up at an early age or not.
Well, probably, but I don't think anybody was ever able to do that.
Yeah, he's maintained his good looks.
That's right. And slim figure.
That's right. Thank you.
His mate was dead, so she couldn't, tell me. She knew she would know,
Well, I've got the McDonald's pretty well tied down. As far as the direct bloodline is concerned. But the others, like the siblings, I have very little down. I know my grandfather had 6 or 7 brothers and sisters.
oh yes, yes,
Dougal McDonald. And of course, each of them had big families.
yes.
Where they got to, we lost
I was down to a wedding in Old Town, my nephew's daughter. And there's one out there that Shirley knew quite well, but I don't know who, So I didn't even call really.
Well, there are so many McDonald's
Yes,
down
scattered
there.
around down, that's right.
You can't possibly be on the phone all day trying to find out relationships. The only possibility is running into somebody down there who has another family tree in that area.
Yes,
I think there is one in Listowel. Someone has a family tree in Listowel, and how far back or how widely involved they were, I don't know.
But they mentioned Big Bear.
Don, could you explain that connection again?
Well, as I understand it, Murray's mother and my father were cousins, and Murray's father and my mother were brother and sister. The two families intermarried from time to time.
So how did you first find this out?
When Joey Kiss went out there to teach school, we had sort of lost track of the family after my parents died in 31. And when Mervin's mother was going through snapshots with Joey,
Yeah?
Joey was explaining that this fellow McDonald was her sister's boyfriend. And, oh, McDonald, where from? And she said, Gull Lake. And Mrs. Murray immediately put two and two together and figured out that I was her nephew.
Oh,
So we made contact with the family that way through Joey's appearance on the scene down there near Viscount.
And your dad married another Murray. Your dad's brother married another Murray, didn't he?
A brother.
Your dad's brother.
Yes.
Yes.
His brother Lachlan married, what was her name?
Your mother's name was
Ellen Murray.
Nell, was it?
No, yes.
Yeah.
And his brother Lachlan married another Murray, a sister. Two brothers married the two sisters. So there was Uncle Lockie and I haven't.
Yeah, I have the two at home.
I think I have it in the envelope over there. I have a part of the family tree that I printed out from the computer and brought with me, so I sort these things out.
you gonna look for corroboration and corrections?
Perhaps I should. Strange that name has escaped me altogether. But they left Gull Lake, this other family of McDonald Murray, Uncle Lachlan's family, left Gull Lake in 1928 and went up to the Peace River country in British Columbia. And we've had little or no contact with them since that time. So that's my excuse for not remembering the name off.
Okay. Well, when did you two first meet?
Oh, really?
Well, what was your last meet?
Oh,
And we must have met it when Joey was teaching out
I guess that
there. You
was
came out
it.
just and kids.
So that was a few years back.
Yes, that would be quite a while.
In the early 40s.
Yes,
Wow, that's quite a time.
spring of 42.
Yeah.
So you live in Saskatchewan? In Saskatoon?
Saskatoon.
Oh, okay. How long have you lived here? Since,
52.
okay.
I came in here to teach it here in 52.
Uh-huh.
I met my wife in here at the school I taught. So
She was also a teacher. We have half of the room here are either going to school or have been school teachers or are becoming school teachers.
You know what Graham's doing? You want to be in the noise? Happy anniversary.
Hello.
Buon anniversario.
D'accord.
Just like that over an 829.
Add it on.
Well, Sharaya, say hello to the camera. Hello, Sharaya. Danielle, how old is she?
She's almost 2.
Almost. Oh, boy. You guys are living in Alberta. Where? Where in Alberta?
Actually, we just bought a house just outside of St. Paul.
Oh. Adrian tells me a little bit about it. You've got a little bed and breakfast property at the back, or a little house there?
Yeah. Just have to fix it up.
Just have to fix it up, eh? Nothing a little time and money can't solve, eh?
Yeah. Especially money.
So you drove out yesterday?
Yeah.
So when did you first meet Don and Kit?
I don't know, when did I first meet them?
I think perhaps just before your wedding or a year before. Probably.
I'm sure we met them before our wedding, probably in Saskatoon. So how was your trip down?
Very good. Valerie? When did you first meet Don and Kit?
I met them.
Let me think. Summer of 83. I think it was
I saw a
when I
pic.
started going out with Lee.
Oh boy, I saw sort of a picture of that at their old place there in
That's
the
right.
photo album.
And we don't look any different, do we? Any of us?
Isn't that funny? We never looked at. We don't change at all over the
Right,
years.
that's right. Nope, they took me right in, and I felt at home ever since.
So you're going to be on a little vacation while you're out here in
That's
Saskatoon.
right. We're going to stay in Saskatoon for a while, then we're going up through Edmonton and the ice fields, then down to Calgary to visit my brother.
Great.
Yeah, have a good visit with him and his family. And my mother is joining us for our last week out there.
So Cass will be there, and you'll be with Doug. What's Doug's wife's name?
Sharon
Yeah.
and his two young boys are Matthew and Christian. And they're 3 and 5. So we'll have a very active time.
You'll have a very active time. That's
Very.
right.
And I see some more guests coming in.
Okay.
Got the mic on. In the cars.
Hi, how are you doing there, Angela? Good. I like your haircut. That over sharp. And we gave her gravel, but didn't kick into the second leg, which is good because then she doesn't sleep overeating.
I remember you.
No little red light, except now there is.
Yeah. Now you're on camera.
Hey, nice orange you've got there.
That's right. I'm an Orangeman. That's why I'm wearing it.
Oh. Chuckle, chuckle.
Chuckle, chuckle. So actually, it's for the Orange County 100th anniversary of the Orange County Fair.
No kidding. I think it's time to shut off the camera, don't you?
No. So Vernon,
Yes.
when did you first meet Don and Kit? Do you remember?
Oh, I was pretty little at the time.
You were about 2 years old?
Probably not even that. We grew up here in Saskatoon.
Okay. So they were probably there for your baptism.
Probably. Although I don't remember. You'd have to ask them.
There's probably some pictures there, right?
Probably.
Who's that?
This is my cousin, Adrian.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's my brother.
Your long lost brother.
He hasn't been lost long enough.
I understand you just came in from Alberta.
You're on.
I talked to Danielle. I talked to Sharia. There she is. This one? This one.
Yeah, look. I got this. So how's your stay in Saskatchewan?
Very good. Waskesiu is lots of fun and very pretty up there.
My mom. Oh, Kit McDonald. Oh, they used to come down here when we were little girls. They must have to hear this. And they're related to a first cousin of mine.
So how old do you think Kit was when you first met her?
I don't know.
Little girl?
Yeah, a little girl.
They used to come down to the fair?
All different places.
So Helen, you and Kit were friends in childhood.
Well, I'm quite a bit older than she is.
Oh, a mystery to me. And your last name is Craig.
No, it's Craig.
Oh, I'm sorry.
R-E-I-K.
And are any of your other family here with you?
My sister and her husband, Kenneth,
Fine, how are you?
is back there somewhere.
And you live in Saskatoon?
Yes.
How do you like it in Saskatoon?
Well, I was born here, so this is my native land.
So you've seen a lot of changes over the years.
Yes. And I was a teacher.
Yeah, some
To know the merge.
good. And there we have Murray. Ta-da! Doing the 1960s technology.
I hope you're recording that digitally, that's all I
And what is your name?
I'm Murray.
I'm Helen Craig. And I'm Bob Simmons. And
I'm so glad you could come.
my sister and her husband, like Bob's mother and dad.
That's great. I'm so glad you could come.
Yes.
It means a lot.
Oh, yes. And, well, I see Joey quite often because we belong to the same superannuated teachers.
I should try to take a picture of these folks. They're all lined up against the wall.
Your task is to be charming. Talk politely to your mother.
Why don't you introduce yourself and say hello to the camera?
Well, I'm Kathy. Daughter.
I'm my mom's daughter.
I'm Ellen, and I'm Ian Ramsey's niece, and this is my daughter. This is my husband disappearing quickly. And my dear brother.
Who's talking now? Oh, me. So, I'm Brian. I'm Kitty and Ramsey's nephew, and Florence's son.
So Florence,
I'm Florence. These are all my offspring and so on. This is Rob,
hello Rob.
my grandson.
Did you graduate?
Yep. Just barely.
What are you into now? Grade 10?
Yep.
Way to go. You're up there with the big guys now. So when was the last time you saw Don and Kit?
It's a while. You remember, Brian?
Year and a half since you saw Dawn.
Yes, that's right. But I haven't seen Kitty for a long time. And most of these people I haven't seen for years.
50 years.
Yes.
So did you and Kit ever run around together?
No, not really. We saw quite a bit of each other, but I was married and working at the time that they were married, and then Kitty they were both working.
Uh-huh. Don and Kit.
So that's how we know them. Elbow relations.
Elbow relations through cousins and so on.
Yeah, right, yeah. They used to live in Shelley, and they often used to come into Saskatoon to be with my aunt and uncle.
Oh, yes.
And my aunt and uncle lived across the street. And we were just like one big family, so that's how we got to know. That's many years ago.
So how are you related to Helen?
To Helen Creek?
Yes.
My sister.
Oh, she's your
She's
sister.
my sister. were 4 in our family. We're the 2 that are.
So you lived in Shell Lake?
No, we lived in Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
We lived on Avenue E in Saskatoon, and the wedding was at St. Thomas Church. So I think somebody said they came to our place for the reception. I was teaching out of town at that time, so I wasn't in on a lot of the preparations.
This is Avenue E here in Shea.
Oh yes, I recognize the houses, see? Yeah. But there's not a picture of our house.
Well, your house is back
It's behind, they're parked in front.
sidewalk here.
Yes, that's, and I think that was our car, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
My parents' car.
I'll just get in now.
You're all sitting at tables probably with a few faces that you might not recognize. And what I'd like to do is introduce people around the tables, but by family groups. Certainly the 2 people that everyone here, I believe, do know are Don and Kit, sitting at the table on my right, of course. Don and Kit's 3 children are here today. Also here today is Murray from Kelowna, with his wife Sharon, and daughter Brianna. Daughter Christine was not able to come from Kelowna to be with us today. Also here, of course, is Don and Kit's daughter Allison, and Allison's husband Graham, the man behind the video camera.
That's me.
Any drama from the computer industry. One of the themes behind the gathering here today is to bring back together many of the people that were at that wedding in 1942 that got Don and Kit together. Sitting with them today are their attendants, Don's cousin and best man, Mervyn Murray, and his wife Mona, and Mark Pepper, who are the cousin of Don's. On Kit's right is her sister, Joey Kiss, who was bridesmaid at that time, and her husband, Joe Kiss, is unable to be with us today. Joey's 2 sons are with us with their families. Adrian and his wife, Danielle, are here with their children, Aaron, Joe, and Sharia. Yes. And at the bar table, Joe and Joy's other son, Vernon, and her sister, Rema, who is here with her husband, Bob Tennant. Helen and Rema's parents opened their home for the wedding reception in 1942. And finally, Ruth Pease, a very good friend of Kit's, from what Kit likes to refer to as the bachelor days, Mrs. Grace.
We give you thanks, our God, for this day, for the fact that we are able to gather here together to celebrate this occasion. I give you thanks for the gift of the one beside me who has, after accepting my proposal, stayed with me and worked with me and raised a family with me. We thank you for all those who have given us support and friendship through the years. We thank you especially for the gathering today in which we celebrate, for the food we eat, for the faith we have, for the fellowship of good friends and family. We thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
May I invite Don and Kip to lead us towards the buffet, and towards the end of the meal, perhaps there'll be a few more words.
Can't you drive across a plowed field anymore? It used to be able to.
How are you doing? I think you're seated at your table.
This is Dean,
You're right over at that.
Don's brother.
And my husband's waiting here, eating everything.
Hi, Dean.
Hey,
How are you?
good.
Golden Creek Road, I'm sure your July anniversary party in Saskatoon will be a lovely and happy occasion. Love to you both and your family. A card from Irene and Bill Cobb here in Saskatoon. 50 years a husband, 50 years a wife. You've kept a golden promise that love can last a life. To Ram and Kit. Those who know, of course, realize that RAM stands for Ramsey, which, of course, is God. With all our love and fondest wishes for your good health and happiness, Joan and Art from Richmond, BC, Board. Joan and Art Board. Of course, after serving in many different churches across the country, there are a number of different people in different United Church charges who have remembered Don and Kit over the years. There's a message from the Trinity United Church in Moose Jaw, from Glenn and Pearl Mead, and from Rudy and Irene Midgel from Grandview United in Moose Jaw as well. The most recent full-time call that Don had accepted was in Ottawa, where he served several years. There were a number of cards from that congregation to tribute, I think, to the memory that Don and Kit have left with a large group of people in that city. Best of luck and many more from Peg and Bill Irvine. You will always have a special spot in our hearts. The Lord bless you and keep you. And Percy Darwin. Best wishes for many more happy years from Margaret Marshall. All these from the church in Ottawa. Congratulations on your 50th from Andy and Georgina Halverson. May the love you found together bring you happiness forever from Ruth Foster. A card that almost looks like a petition with 27 names on it. Very sincerely, a happy anniversary from Unit 3 UCW, Wesley United Church, Ottawa, Eleanor Beaton et al. I won't go through the rest of it. More recently, of course, Don and Kit have resided in Kelowna, British Columbia, where they've made a number of new friends, and where Kit sometimes wonders whether Don is really retired or not. From Ella Polstead in Kelowna. May your celebration in Saskatoon be everything you wish for. Much love. And finally, a card that came in just today, also from Wesley United in Ottawa, thinking of you two, a lovely celebration with your family and friends, and another one on October 10th. Sincerely, Ernie Hicks. As you noticed earlier on, there's a chance for everyone to have a few words to say about their memories of spending time with Don and Kit over the last 50 years. And there'll be an opportunity to capture some of those thoughts because there's been a gentleman walking around with a video camera who's happy to capture those ideas for later memory, and perhaps even an opportunity later on this afternoon to take a peek at yourself on the screen. However, I would like to call on two special people to say something. And first of all, to my sister, Allison.
All for sharing in it with us. It's a celebration of the two people that have created this family. It's also special because my brothers and I are all in one place at one time, having grown up pretty much separately and across distances. It's indeed a rare occasion to see all the McDonald's in one place. As you all know, my mom and dad have always been a moving target. And when they weren't actually moving from one house to another, they were hitching up a trailer and taking off across the country. And I've always had a hard time when someone asked me where I'm from. I'd say Saskatchewan, and they'd say, well, what part of Saskatchewan? Well, let's see. And I wonder how many pages they've taken up in your address book. But recently I realized I really do take after my parents. When opting for a mortgage due in 5 years, a lot of our friends questioned why we would do that. And I said, well, I don't assume that I'd stay longer than 5 years in one house. I've never lived in one building more than 5 years in my entire life. So I don't know how Mom did it with all the packing and unpacking herself. And usually 1 or 2 kids in total for over 30 years. I think we all learned something, my brothers and I, about doing things your own way, being your own boss, but also how important friends and family are. They always made the effort to keep up relationships over time and distances. And wherever I go and whatever I do, they're always behind me with encouragement and love, and we really love you both. Thanks for sharing this time with us.
My Polish older brother and my sister, I don't have a prepared speech. Not used to doing this. You both do it so well, lots of practice. These kinds of occasions give a person an opportunity to reflect on family and on time, and think about what family means. And my wife Sharon and I were sitting talking about it the other night. She said, you know, a 50th anniversary in a lot of ways is more important than a wedding, because it really is a celebration of people that have stuck together through thick and thin. And there was a lot of hope during their lifetimes, and they set a fine example for us 3 children. Something else that came to my mind, such as it is, it's the old saying we've all heard, of course, you can choose your friends and your neighbors, but you're stuck with your family. And I've got to say right away that I'm very, very happy and very proud to be stuck with the family I've got. And that includes the extended family of aunts and uncles and cousins that are here today, and some of those that aren't. I think the one thing I wanted to say about growing up in my family is that the most important thing I can think of that Mom and Dad had given to us over the years, and something that I'm trying to give to my family, my children now, is unconditional love. Kind of love and attention that, in a way, only parents can give to their children. And that certainly, in spite of the fact that we're stuck with our family, we can't choose them. Unconditional love is the one thing that you get from family. And it's something you can't count on through your lifetime necessarily from friends or from neighbors. And I want to thank Mom and Dad for that gift and fine example that they've set for us. And just hope that I can do it well by the time I get to be married. time 50 years ago. At a time that was recorded, of course, in the Saskatoon Star Phoenix. Showing Beta, I think, planted a seed in Murray's mind that had been called Joey Kiss, and then went down to the Saskatoon Star Phoenix and managed to get some copies of some stories from an important day in the fall of 1942. You'll find copies of that story in the little scroll type of yellow ribbon on each of the tables that's still in front of you. When I had a chance to take a look through the microfilm in the fall of 1942, there were some things that still came back very, very quickly, things that are still recognizable. Dagwood and Blondie were still in the comic strips. She didn't have a catering business yet, but they were certainly still there and very recognizable. Mary Worth was still very busy saving souls. There are a few names that I did recognize, but I don't usually see anymore. Major Hoopo, Ellie Hoop, appeared in the comic strips as well. The Brooklyn Doctors defeated the Pittsburgh Pirates 5-4 in 11 innings. And of course, that was back when the Doctors were still in Brooklyn, a long, long time ago. The names that still mean something to some people today, names like Gary Cooper, starring in Sergeant York at the Roxy. It was just 50 years ago. It doesn't seem like that long ago. And CFQC at 11:15 a.m. was offering the Happy Gang on the radios. Houses, of course, were available for anywhere between $1,000 and $6,000 in Saskatoon. They may be hard to find today. Other names jumped out at me from recent history. Stanfield's Unshrinkable Underwear was on sale. A name I still recognize. And Adam's Garlic Pearls were on sale at Henry's Drugstore. They were advertised as an internal disinfectant. But it was also a generation, of course, that lived through 1930s depression and the tough decade that followed right afterwards. It was a generation that persevered with some optimism. What I'd like to do is ask you to raise your glasses to a couple that certainly persevered with optimism through a long number of years. I ask you to toast our mother and father, Donna Kinney.
Accustomed as I am, that wouldn't work. Maybe it would feel better if I had a microphone in front of me. Today has certainly brought back memories, seeing some people that I haven't seen much of for quite a few years. And you will see in the photo album and the quite small wedding albums that you have a chance to look at them. We still have an hour and a half or so, and lots of time to visit and to look at these booklets on the table. When I think back 50 years ago, I remember that Saskatoon was windy, and you see evidence of that in the photographs of the wedding day. I recall that the Craig home was open to us for the reception, a lovely reception, so well served to the group. I felt very special that day. Kit had said yes. That amazed me in itself. I felt so fortunate, and still do. The people who were there, I owe much to. I wouldn't have made it that far at all had it not been for my sister Florence. It's great to see the family. As one of you has said, it's so rarely that we got together as a family all in one place at one time. And I guess that runs in the family. Even if I recall, when I was growing up, we were very rarely, if ever, in the same place at the same time. There were 9 of us to begin with, 7 survived. And I think we could get 5 together, but we very rarely got all 7 together in one place. I don't think we ever did. We've been able to make it with 3. And it's been real good to have you people around us again. And we thank you very much indeed. I want to give special thanks for arrangements of this day to Joey and to our 3, Lee, Allison, and Murray. These 3 have made life special for both Kit and I. We're very fortunate to have them.
On the table on my right is a fine-looking 50th anniversary wedding cake. And I'd like to ask Don and Kit whether they would go to the cake and do a ceremonial cutting at least, so that we can all share something.
This was the one who did the decoration of the cake. Thank you, Daniel.
But you have to look.
Go for it.
How can I cut the cake?
Started the second 50th thing.
Okay, now it's Rick.
Right, and the little red lights on at the front.
So it means we're rolling here.
Right. Hi, I'm Graham Bell.
Yes. And when did you first meet McDonald's?
Well, that's a good question. I started dating Allison back about 10 years ago. So that would have been about 1982.
So you've been around for a while.
Right, I've been around for a while. Yeah, I met Don and Kit, I guess, back in the fall of, or was it the spring of '82? And I went and picked up Allison to take her out for coffee on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
She was very surprised to see me. She had stayed up quite late the night before, so spent several minutes rushing around trying to get ready as a boy was calling at the
It was a
door.
surprise and you sprang on
I
her.
sprang on her.
Yeah.
So,
But it obviously all worked out in the end.
that's right.
What are some of perhaps your lasting memories of Don and Kit? Being at their house and
I thought Don was real gentleman. And there are so few gentlemen left in our world today. Very considerate of others. And I could see how his strong values and gentle nature made him a really excellent person. And for Kit, she always made sure there was an extra piece of pie or dessert for me when I come over. She took me right into her heart and just treated me like one of her own sons. Maybe even a little bit better, but we won't get into that.
no, I don't think we will. Now, you've moved off to California recently,
Yes.
several years ago.
Yeah, we moved about 3.5 years ago. We moved south. So there was a business opportunity for me to go down there. And, in the high-tech industry, California is a real mecca. And Allison graciously agreed to come with me. And I think it's turned out very well for us. And we are enjoying it.
And Don and Kit visited you, I think, in
That's right.
California.
We came down at Christmas. They spent a lovely month in California. So we've got nice pictures of Don playing with my remote control car and so on.
I heard all about that.
And I guess that's when Don got involved with his new computer hobby with the family tree. Santa Claus, or one of Santa's helpers, gave him a program to lay out the tree. And I sense, I guess, now that he's put so many generations in, he's exceeded the capacity of the program. So
Southern California is a good place to start then.
California's a good place to start.
That sounds
And,
wonderful. And you're visiting now for a while in
yeah, we've spent a week in Ottawa with my family, and a week in Saskatchewan. Oh, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
We've been enjoying ourselves a lot. It's a great province to visit.
Tremendous.